The news is that Ocean Gap, that's the organisation that produced the submersible which sank, has closed its offices, probably before it is closed, and I am sure there will be, as equally as that I'm sure that Suella Braverman and the Home Office will be facing litigation for years because of the ideological laws which are being set up, the ideological rules that are being set up about migration. I'm sure that Ocean Gap is going to be facing years of litigation because of questions that were raised in the past about its safety record. This would be targeting people like Hamish Harding. I think even people like James Cameron will have something of value to say, James Cameron being the director of the film. But I think one of the most poignant stories comes from Asma Dawood. That's the aunt of Suleiman Dawood, the young boy, the 19-year-old boy who died. And she gave an interview to NBC, and she explained that the lad was terrified and that he didn't really want to do it. He did it simply to please his father for Father's Day, to please Shahzad Dawood for Father's Day, and that this was a bonding experience. She says the only consolation she's got is that neither of them would have known of the extreme danger as it hit them. It would have been so instantaneous. They would have been alive one moment and dead the next. And it is a terrifying thought. There was also a very interesting conversation which had been posted on the internet somewhere of somebody ringing in to a radio show complaining that rich people don't deserve international rescue efforts when there are so many poor people who are equally deserving of help. Well, you know, the whole problem from a moral point of view, everybody is deserving of help. It doesn't matter how rich or how poor you are. And from a practical point of view, you help who you can help. The fact that you are helping one person doesn't mean you shouldn't be helping another. And I think there isn't a limited amount of help that we can provide to people. That help is endless because there's from the point of view of help, really, from the statistical point of view of help, we almost have an infinite number of people who can help. We have a huge global population. People can help, people can support. And the idea that we have people in our country who are homeless and who are being made homeless because of government policy buying up hotel spaces, for example, at a higher rate than a council can afford, and therefore denying the council the opportunity to provide those spaces for the homeless. Those spaces should be provided by the council in the form of housing that should have been built years ago. We can play the blame game endlessly, but in the end, a council has a duty to provide help and refuge for those people in need, and the Home Office has a duty to provide help and refuge for those people in need. Neither of them are doing the job properly. Now, we can pass that blame game around, but the fact that we don't help one group doesn't mean that we should penalise the other. That's a madness in terms of moral discussion. And if somebody did that in a paper that I was marking, I'm afraid I would fail them immediately.